Hey all, this is Zers, and welcome to the first episode of our official third TSL, starring Kamehameha of the Polynesians. We are starting here in the middle of nowhere known as Hawaii. Go figure, that's a beautiful place, but kind of an interesting start. Not much to do here, but before we jump into the game itself, just quickly talk through the settings because I know people are curious about things. So here's the list of the mods we're running. They're also in the comments below with link to where you can get them. We're running Enlightenment Era, we're running E&D as always. We're having more great works, great musicians of classic rock, and Nero's great works of music. All to make the great person thing not so much a rush to the first one to get there. More Luxes, more Pantheons, as always. Rationalism removal mod to push rationalism to the Information Era to make it more interesting. And Tac Turns we're running, basically standard production times, longer diplomatic and research and social timings with the Yet Not Another Earth map pack and the ability to run 23 civs, basically. So that's kind of how we're running it. It's on Immortal as always, and we've got the huge Earth map. So, without further ado, let's move over. So, there's a 2-tile island here which you want to get with your first city to have as much land as possible. I'm going to shift my settler 1 tile. Immediately going to deploy my Maori warrior and start exploring, because we need to kind of hit our exploration timings quickly. And to do that, we'll need to obviously get him moving. We want to start hitting as many cities quickly and spread like the absolute plague early before other civs can cross ocean, because we can do that right off the bat. And that's the one major advantage of Polynesia. The one other interesting thing about Polynesia is that your capital's not going to be great. Just fair warning, if you ever play the start in a TSL, your capital's not going to be like the be-all, end-all city it normally is. Simply because, I'm going to start with Monument here first. There's really no point to get a scout. I'll get another Maori first. We want to get those social policies kicking so we get the free settler. We're going to be going Tradition Opener to expand the tiles, and then we're going to go immediately into Liberty to get that free settler. So Tradition, and then we're going to go like this. That's what I've kind of sussed out. That's the best way to get a good position early. We're also going to go for the fish pond quick, because the unique building and generates fish, which is really, really good. It helps our capital grow. Our first trade route too, not that important. We're going to do that, then we're going to go pottery sailing, and probably directly into philosophy. So that's kind of my plan. Depending on what resources we have, we'll be doing mining, trapping, and what have you. Anyway, continuing onward. We have a lot of exploration here. It's a pretty neat way to play the initial game. The initial difficulty here is going to be Barbarians, just FYI. There will always be Barbarian problems. There's so many little islands here that they can spawn on. They'll be sending ships aplenty toward us. So, you know, things are going to get rough, but we'll persevere somehow. That's not exactly where I wanted to go. I wanted to go further southwest, but that's all right. No biggie, baby. So the islands of Hawaii itself aren't that great. This is the only one we have really land on. So, do we have production focus? We do. But yes, we're going to be trying to find a nice settling spot. We're going to be looking for like Papua New Guinea and all that. That's going to be our next kind of major settling spot, I think. And that's kind of down in this direction. Then we're going to try to get to Australia as soon as possible and absolutely just spam cities on Oz. So we kind of own that continent. But yeah, so we're just going to keep sending this Maori guy down. There's going to be a lot of clicking next turn early. Just fair warning. But that's all about the exploration. Then stuff gets interesting because really this start lends itself to some pretty interesting dynamics. Chief of which you'll notice is that you actually probably don't want to build your national college in your capital. It's not going to be great. I mean, this gives you an observatory city, which isn't bad, but not enough tiles to drop your academies. So bear that in mind when you plan forward. We're going to start building Maori nonstop. There's no real point for a scout here. We need actually fighting units. So as soon as we hit 2 pop, we're going to start dropping out a settler. Yes, that quickly. On a map this big, first of all, every city is less unhappiness. And second of all, we want to start populating as quickly as possible. So yeah, we may go unhappy for a little bit. It really doesn't matter. You just want to get that land. I've found this to be the most effective strategy. I mean, okay, I haven't played that many turns into the game, obviously, but it worked so far. So, all right, so unfortunate. This is kind of where we want to settle, actually. So we want to get the ruins, and we're going to go after the archers, I think. We need to clear this. Someone already got a Pantheon. My guess is that's going to be... That's Goddess of Protection. My guess that's Ethiopia. They like to turtle. And what a useless... And we got another Barbarian encampment down here. Really, wow, that's kind of annoying. But this is more or less Papua New Guinea. I don't see a lot of Luxes here. We have the... we should probably just explore around a bit. But we do need to kill that camp. It's kind of an issue. We'll have 2 Maori warriors pretty soon. They'll be able to do more stuff with that. And again, we'll take less damage fighting here. Shoot. Just what I didn't want to see. Another archer. Okay, we grew. So we're going to go ahead and start kicking into settler mode. You're like, oh my god, this is already a settler? Yes, already a settler. There's no point to do anything else here. We're stagnating anyway for a turn. It doesn't really matter. We could do this. 22, and this gives us 20. Oh! Okay. I like that then. Let's block it like that. It'll be simpler for later. But we'll basically need to be clearing real estate here. Beating up barbarians, clearing real estate, and letting our settlers move safely. That's going to be our main goal here. You go here, kill that. Damn it! Almost. Oh, it's going to take us a little longer than I expected. No worries. Keep moving. Like I said, the capital, normally you'd be prioritizing capital growth, make sure it's really, really strong. Unfortunately, it's not going to be awesome. Wow, we're getting beat up. We are getting beat up. So we're getting double bombarded now. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the heal instantly. It's not great. I'd rather have an actual promotion on these guys, but this early, it's important to kind of keep these guys alive. You don't want to slow your pace on settling early down at all. You just want to go, 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 go. Get those tiles. And I'm going to use a little more exploration time here. Now, I want to beat this guy up, but I'm afraid we're going to be kind of in a bad way as far as health is concerned if we don't do this. It'll be easier with the other Maori here, but I just don't want them to keep kicking out barbarians. We got to also see the rest of Papua New Guinea. It's going to be a thing. Yeah, see, look at that. They're actually... They know they can hit us more than we can heal, so this is actually going to be a bit of a problem. We could jump ahead, and we can't really jump into the water, because they'd be able to see us no matter what. So really, we're going to have to just kind of hold tight for another promotion, I guess. Never really had this nasty problem this early with a double barbarian spawning just constantly attacking us. Okay, so now they went fortified. That's good. But yeah, and that settler's coming in about 20 turns, so we got to make sure we have settler spots open for everybody. We're a little slow on exploration here. My last kind of start on this, I was a little quicker. So we're going to get the tradition for the border expansion, then we're going to directly into Liberty. But yeah, we're exploring a little less because we got sidetracked by this damn barbarian camp. Normally we should be seeing Oz by now, but that's alright. Gonna keep beating him up a little bit here. And the sooner we can wipe this camp out, the better. It's going to be healthier for everyone involved. I just got to get the other Maori here quickly to dispose of the archers to the extent we can. Alright, you know what? Fine, we're going to take that promotion. We're actually going to heal up now. Going to fight rough because they're in rough terrain. We're just going to have to do these situationally. And we'll use the other Maori to do this. Yeah, they decided to defend again. We've grown. Okay, that's good. Grown to fish. Fish is always a good tile. But yeah, then we're going to try to check out... I mean, there's a lot of barbarian camps here already, which is irritating. Got some unlucky barbarian spawns. There's hordes of these fuckers. And that's really not going to help anything right now. Another archer. Great. I need to back the hell off here. We're going to get wrecked. Pottery. And we're going to go directly to sailing so we can have triremes. So not a great start here. We should be exploring much further by now. And this lends itself to more barbarians suddenly coming around and spawning camps and things like that. So... not so good. We're going to stay back here if we can. Kind of heal up and then kind of grab them twice at once so we can maybe handle that other archer if we're lucky. Or maybe that guy will just fuck off and go somewhere else. That'd be great too. If you like to smile the most, obviously not us because the AI has massive... just so you understand like how much of a boost the AI has on happiness. We have 1 city. We only have 6. Top AI is 24. You know, and this, I'm assuming the AI is doing the worst, has about 11 or 12. So it's kind of ridiculous, honestly, but that's why you have massive AI numbers. Hey, look, good, there's T. So another reason to settle here ASAP. And we're going to easily crush this camp now with the 2 Maori. Remember, they have the Haka War Dance, so it does 10%, I think? Less 10% combat strength? Yeah. So we're going to go here. This is a flanking bonus. We'll be able to crush these guys nice and easy. Our encampment is cleared, and we can drop a settler there. And the settler is going to be here, I think. This will be the best spot for it. Since that gives us the spices and it gives us the tea. So that's going to be where we're going to go. We're going to try to beat up these archers as well. So we don't have to worry about them just wrecking our face too much. We're going to obviously get chipped at here. Yeah. But this guy, this is Jungle Hill, so he can't actually shoot over it. You heal up and we'll see what we can do. But there's going to be a lot of this, basically, just space clearing for settlements. Indonesia's out here somewhere. But the whole point of getting this early is to make sure they don't get optics too quick. So you can now be shot at. Great. But we'll have Liberty, which is a little extra culture, and start moving toward that free settler. Doing this here. We go there, and we can kind of sneak up on the archer and get Get a nice flank on him. He's got rough terrain combat bonus, so he shouldn't be taking that much damage off of this guy. And we can scare him with the other Maori. Took 19. Wow, actually we're taking quite a lot. But we'll be alright. And we're going to keep going here. Not much to look at in the capital. This little barbarian fight, what we have, is effectively the most interesting thing that's going to be going on for a little while. And we obviously are going to kill that guy. We're going to need to heal up. And there's another camp right here, which is one of the places I actually also want to settle. Because this is the northeastern tip of Oz right now. I want to get up here on the north so we can start blocking off space. And we're going to play rough with you too, since, honestly, that's what we're fighting. Ooh, and gold! Nice! Because that can be in range, though. It's not. Not without a general. Okay, it's interesting, though, also, because we may want to try and check out... we're probably settling too far to make that useful. We may settle here, kind of take up this space, and get the... That's a good point, actually. It's a very good point, actually. If we were to settle here on one of these tiles, let's say, to get some of this land space away from annoying settlers who drop cities here every couple seconds, we're going to need to connect this kind of island chain situation. But we drop a city there, that'll get the spices. And then we can drop here and get the gold and the tea and also get the horses in range if need be. I think that's a pretty good plan, honestly. Maybe settle right there instead. It opens us up a little more naval attack than this, but I think that's fine given how the Luxes have panned out here. Yep. So it's all about urban planning, effectively. This is going to be a lot of just spam settlers, spam Maori, get your population growing, and then we'll try to figure out what's what. There's another barbarian camp here, another encampment down here. That's going to be another place we need to clear up, and we got to do this relatively quick before they start getting experiment or stuff, or we're going to actually have trouble. Let's go down here. Barbarian ships are going to be an absolute bane, by the way. And this is already moving toward Oz, so we're going to try to heal up on Oz. We need to leave one of these guys here, actually, technically. What am I talking about? What am I doing, man? I'll leave the weaker guy up here, so we can heal up, control that space for our settler. That was actually not the right choice. Ah, nice ruin. So that's good. What do we have done? We have the settler done, which is great. So we're going to try to grow up another citizen here. We're going to get the fish pond kicked out. And then we're going to get another settler probably. Yeah, right there. Not so much AI. There, absolutely yes. Yes! Yeah, that'll be just fine. Yeah, it'll be just fine. So it'll kind of overlap a little bit, but not much. We won't be competing for much space. We'll get the fish out here too. So I'm liking this idea more and more. Or maybe like this. No, that's what I was saying, right? Yeah, I was saying like this. So I won't get that fish. That'll be too close. That would be really kind of perfect, actually, because we go here, and that overlaps like that. That doesn't overlap at all, actually. Oh, that's sweet. I do think I'm going to settle here, then, with one of my cities as well. Good. All right. Look at me counting my chickens. All right, sorry. Having one of those moments, baby. It's so exciting. Hey, Barbarian who's nearly... What the hell? Barbarian who's nearly dead. 1 HP. Oh, there must be a city-state around here. Beating the crap out of it. Ah, Divine Revelation. We'll get a Pantheon. Helpful early. We're not going to be able to keep it because there's a lot of really strong religion civs on the map. So the other thing with moving your settlers here is you got to be careful. If you stay in deep water, you're safer. But there's a lot of odds that barbarian ships will come out and try to mess you up. So moving your settlers all the way here, a little dangerous, but worth the risk in the end, I think. And get a good, strong start. Founding a Pantheon. What the hell are we going to do? We can get the 2 gold from fish, which isn't bad. We'll have a lot of fish. We can also get... Is there one with faith, maybe? I always like ones with faith, if possible. God of War. We can get God King, and that'll give us an early boost for culture and faith and gold and production and science. And chances are we'll keep God King for quite a long time, since our capital is so far away from any kind of baseline religion spread that it's highly likely we'll keep it for a while. So that's not bad. Or we can go... Gems, Pearls, and Amber. Do we have any of these? Not really. I don't have a lot of any single thing, honestly, it looks like. Ooh, wow, you're going to get shot at, aren't you? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I just don't want this guy to die. That would be unfortunate. Ooh, salt. Okay. So this hill looks like a pretty good spot, maybe. Let's see. I got to heal up, too. I don't want to get beat up too much. But obviously there's a city-state here. Otherwise, those barbarians wouldn't be at, like, half health. So we're probably looking at something like... Those banana... Yeah, I don't really know what to do here. Tea gives us production, right? Yeah, productivity. Spices gives us food, which I probably won't need, honestly, because all the jungle and stuff. You know, I think God King looks better and better. Right now, there's not a lot of any single thing here. We'll have some desert tiles here. We could go desert folklore, just because I'm kind of aware of how Australia's lined up, and there's a desert next to Uluru, which would be just a massive, massive faith city. But early on, that's not going to give us diddly squat. And that'll be too late for any religions, I think. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking God King. This is one of those times where it's kind of worth it. We also take Ancestor Worship, which is culture from shrines. That might not be a bad idea either, because we'll probably be able to kick those up pretty quick. Yeah, it's basically between God King and Ancestor Worship. Something that's non-Lux related, because we don't really have a lot of multiple types of Luxes. Like, if I saw, like, pearls here or something, I would totally go Tears of the Gods or something, but I really don't. And the fish one is nice, 2 gold, but again, we should be okay on cash relatively soon. We already took down a Barbarian encampment. So, since we can do that with 2 Maori, we're doing alright. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I'm probably going to go with God King here. Why the hell not? Gives an early boost to science and everything else, too. That's fine. We'll do God King. You heal up, keep this settlement area safe, and we'll keep moving. Yeah, getting these early settlers down without losing them is absolutely key. And there's a high probability you will lose them. Just got to be very, very careful. Food for all, bountiful harvest. Hi, dude. So, get you there sooner so we can kind of help our poor, lonely Maori. Yeah, hey, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking with portals. But that'll be good, because we can get if we can buy up the horse tile or something, it'd be slick. So you are just going to heal up while that guy decides to run around you like a tool. He's just sitting around pumping his chest like, come on, man, you want to go? You want to go? Come on, man, you want to go? And you're like, I don't really want to go right now. I'm kind of good where I'm standing, thanks. And as soon as we get the settler located here, then we'll go ahead and start dropping our Maori somewhere else. Oh, you're running away. Did the city-state clear the encampment? That's about the only reason I've ever seen barbarians run off. No, 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 they're still here. There's an encampment right there. Oh boy, I might get triple banged here. That's not so good. That's like banging Olafson, but in the worst way. Good God. At least we're on we can control the space here. If worse comes to worse, we can jump in the water. I don't see any archers, so these are just warriors. You gonna blow yourself up on me? No, he's not, but he's gonna definitely try to go in for the flank. No Luxes on this corner, except for the perfume and the salt, which we can probably get going here. It's kind of like a canal city, maybe? Is that a coastal? No, that's not a canal city. So, I mean, I want to kind of optimize my spacing. I take up as much of Oz as possible with every single move. Alright, you're going back out here, buddy. That settler better get there quick, because that Maori's like, I'm about to get my ass handed to me. In spades. So why don't you go here to keep an eye on this, and we'll kind of duck over that way. Honor is definitely going to be a choice as well, so we can track barbarian encampments spawning in places we've already explored, so we know where the threats are going to come from. It's going to be a thing. I'm just going to take this easy kill first, because I don't want to have the flanking bonus on a full health barbarian if I can avoid it. Melee tactics. Never really had to use them that much with warriors, but we're going to be doing it. As soon as that builds up, though, we're going to kick out another Maori, then we're going to kick out another settler. So we need a lot of these tough guys with the Taiaha and everything. Look at that. Doing some haka. Doing some haka for us. So you're a rough terrain specialist. Why don't you get up here and get in rough terrain? This is exactly what I'm talking about. There's a Uluru area with a lot of faith potential. But I found that just even the times that I've played, I just can't get faith. Can't get a religion. You could try and rush it, I think. Not a crazy idea, but that's so far away from your capital, reinforcing it's a bear and doesn't really grow very well, that just rushing for the religion here just starves you out. So it's not great, in my opinion. Sailing next, so we can get triremes, so we can control the seas better when we start seeing barbarian galleys everywhere. You're going to go there, but yeah, we're going to do this manually. So I don't trust the AI any further than I can throw it. But we are going to drop another city down here on the coast, and probably one up here on the coast, and we'll start looking elsewhere. Like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of city dropping here. We're going to be doing a ridiculous amount of settlement, but that's the whole point of Liberty, and a big map. Finish the fish pond, which is great. We're going to kick out another Maori. Then we're going to kick out another settler after that. We do want the third citizen, so we can kick out the settler a little faster. And we got 8 culture returns. So the next policy in Liberty should come relatively quickly. Right there. So next move is pretty much guaranteed. So we have deployed vision. So let's go into the water and kick out here. And help out down here so we can start making a path for our next settler as well. And our third Maori is going to help out with that. We're going to have a lot of these dudes running around. And as soon as we have archery, we'll do that as well. But triremes are actually more important than archers right now, which I would nearly never say, but in a situation like this. So right here is what we talked about. Yeah, we get the tea, we get the gold, we get a lot of the land space here, and we also get the horses, and we have a good settlement spot here that won't overlap. So that sounds like a great idea. We're going to get that city down. And what we need here, we need calendar, which is kind of why I opened pottery, and we need mining for these luxes. All right, that's fair. And we grew. Excellent. Honolulu has grown. Do we kick out for production quick? Yeah, we're not going to get into the citizen now, so just kick out the Maori and then kick out the settler. We're going to need to get some workers as well. But right now, the number and strength of the settlements is going to be key. That's really going to be the main thing. Great library has been built. And now we're about to give him a double team, and we can kind of heal up. And we'll have a forward base, actually, as far as tactics are concerned. So we can kind of do stuff there. And this guy's going to get beat up pretty hard. Now we got to be a little careful. We'll drop the settlement here. Someone's already in the classical. Not surprising. That's pretty normal for Immortal. So go right there. Lock this in. Give me production and get me a monument. Get me... what would be best here? Just get a worker down already or do a fish pond? We have so much food here and so little production. Monument's we're gonna grow before that, and then maybe the fish pond and then the worker. I think that'll be great. That unique building is great because it gives us the fish in the water as well, so good stuff. All right, so that Maori, third one's gonna be kicking out. Then we're gonna go directly into settler mode. Yeah, that first forced non-promotion is kind of unfortunate, but we had to do it that way, otherwise we would have lost. That's what I was afraid of. I kind of figured they'd bring in friends. As soon as you see someone low, they do that. Alright, we're going to go double rough or cover. I think we're just going to go double here. I have a feeling we're going to be using a lot of navy later in the game, so doing double and having these guys really strong might be really handy. We can try to beat this guy up some more, though at that point I run the risk of dying, so... Alright, next Maori, get out here. How close are we to the next policy? We're 16 turns off, so we'll be getting 2 settlers at the same time, which is usually kind of what ends up happening. And I say this with a grain of salt, because usually, again, based on one playtest of this, but I had about the same timing with the playtest. I got 2 settlers right around the same time. So that kind of seems to happen when you run this tradition liberty mix. But yeah, pretty weird playstyle. And my guess is that my city over here is going to become the National College city, or something out here. I'm not sure. I don't remember how far the desert comes. Again, like I said, citing lack of experience with exact setup. Is there anything worth it? There's jade here. Is there maybe like a hill we could use? Could be something out there. Really, you need to heal up before we jump in on that ruins and that barbarian camp, which you know is there. But the second Maori's coming down to help us support that. But pretty soon you'll start seeing barbarian galleys. That's when you know you gotta start kicking out triremes, because otherwise your settlers won't be safe. But getting these 4 settlers out fast is gonna be key. People who like shiny things the most. Someone has 0 gold. Really? Wow. So I'm doing okay. I've got like... I'm 15th place out of 23. That's like... I don't know. I was gonna try to give a top percentage, but that didn't really help. Any kind of decent... That's not a great city location. Is there maybe... I wonder if there's like crabs or something in the water. I just need to take up space also. Got to think about that. There may be a good argument to put it right down here and get the salt and the jade and the oasis and the deer and the atoll. This could be a great spot right there. Kind of control the northern coast that way and kind of block that in. We'll see if there's anything on the west side too, if we need to settle there, if there's a city-state or whatever. Really does vary. But that's good to know, that we can kind of maybe drop the city here and get the salt that way. Then that kind of frees up what we can do over here. Maybe if there's another luxury there, we can go further south or something along those lines. And if you ever find yourself stuck in a situation like this... Oh, there's whales here. Okay, so that changes a little bit. But that's not a unique lux. So not critical, I think. That's right. I say, if you ever find yourself stuck and have nowhere to go effectively with a settler that's about to get bombarded by barbarian galleys, stay in deep water, because barbarians can't get there. You can, but they can't, so... Still an advantage the Polynesians hold. We haven't seen anything yet, so I'm going to kind of shortcut here through shallow territory as fast as possible. Come around here. Again, does not look like that's very fertile land out here. Doesn't look like it's a really good place for a city, but I may drop one there later, like much later, so I just take up the space and no one decides to visit Oz on the weekends. And with an invading army, maybe. Oh, there's a city-state right here. We met Yerevan, first one we've ever met. 30 gold. So Yerevan's going to take care of the west side. I'm going to probably settle up here regardless. It's not that interesting to me to grab the whales. I mean, I could technically, but this terrain is not as good. I'd rather have more plains than more desert. It's kind of crappy anyway. Some whales out here, interesting. That's not going to really change why I settle there or not, but alright, whatever. Let's keep going. Really, this settlement up here, once I do this one right here is going to be more to take space than anything else. It's really not much purpose to it. It's not going to be a great city, ever, but new barbarian encampment discovered. Where? There. Because Yerevan wants it dead. Okay, so that's where the archers are coming from. There's a little more jade. Does this change where I want to settle? I don't think so. Don't really think so. Alright, we're going to start seeing those ships, though, because these are all coastal barbarian settlements. That's going to kind of suck. So we're going to need to get our own triremes out. It's kind of like playing SimCity this early, because there's no one able to handle the ocean currents as of yet. So we're going to get the hell away from the... I mean, we could beat the crap out of this guy. And we got Uluru, so there's going to be a decent settlement spot right there, I remember. So let's go... Let's take a heal for a second. I mean, we could also scare the hell out of this guy by doing 50 damage to him, so that's nice. We're going to keep moving you down. Moving you down! Now, it could be an argument to say we want to place units here to prevent barbarian camps from spawning here, but that's really not what I found. We go through here periodically with settlers, so we really don't see many barbarian encampments there. They usually end up coming from the Kiwi side of things, so it's kind of funny. Oh, it's got amber too. That's a better city location than I thought. We can get a kill here? Yes, we can. You need to heal up, like, whoa. Doing okay. Next turn, and remember, there's a camp right around, where was it? It was here somewhere. There it is. And there's a ruin there as well. So unfortunately, this guy's going to have to heal way the hell up before we can do anything. But it looks like... I mean, I really should check this position. I really should check that position. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go right around here. So that's pretty much where we're going to settle. We're going to take the Uluru, and we're going to take a observatory city. You could argue I shouldn't do this. I should take this position, because that's already 2 production, which could do a farm. And that's a good argument, actually. Because the city itself generates 2 food, 1 production. And in desert, you want as many decent tiles as possible. So it could be in my interest to actually drop the city here or here. Oh, fresh water, that might be even better. Because it's not a floodplain, so it's not going to be that particularly useful. Someone's got a religion already. Someone's got Catholicism. Okay, fair enough. Get the Great Barrier Reef, both sides. So again, we definitely want a city to take advantage of the Great Barrier Reef. So that's kind of why I want to settle one out here. But yeah, so we're kind of already looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities projected. Maybe a little later on Uluru, mainly because we want to control the coast. But let's take this nice and easy, so we don't get picked off by barbarian archers. And we'll kind of jump in and grab... Samoa has grown, nice. And we got production focus with no production tiles, so... Goody gumdrops. Why didn't you grow? Here. Okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, I almost feel like buying that tile to get production out. Could be argued that's a good idea. Let's do that. And that's also more money. The fish pond will come up. I don't mind stagnating a little bit, because we're dropping so many cities that the population growth at an alarmingly rapid rate is not ideal. There's a lot of fresh water here, though, so that's nice. Yeah, good. Oh, shit! Are you serious? It just spawned there? Crap, 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 you're dead. There's no way he's gonna survive that. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. No, no, no! Fudge! Alright, that's really, really crappy. Because getting a Maori out here is an absolute pain in the ass. Ugh. Alright, but there's a camp there now. And like I said, barbarians are going to be the biggest issue early, but that's still the settlement I want to do. We'll deal with this camp, then we'll deal with that camp. That was really unlucky. That just showed up there. Ugh. Alright, whatever. I'm going to keep fetching until morale improves. But there's coffee down here, so that's pretty cool. So we could maybe... Could we still justify settling here? We could. Then we still get the horn, so to speak. We get double barrier reef, and we get coffee and perfume. So yeah, we're looking at a city there, and we're looking at a city there. And out here, I don't know. I may just leave that blank. It's not that interesting to me. Alright, settler. We're going to get another free settler here, so that's pretty much all we can likely afford. We need another Maori, I think, and then we can go... We need another Maori, and we need a worker. We need to start getting workers, too, because luxuries are going to be a thing pretty soon. We're going to need work boats here, though, and that's going to be courtesy of sailing in 2. So sailing's in 2. What can I kick out quickly? Let's kick on Maori, and then we'll go work boat, and then we'll do worker. Go here. 34 culture. Speak of the devil. Another settler right off the bat. Thank you. So 2 settlers get to jump in the water, all at the same time. Drop these 2 cities right off the bat. And we need to make that clear for the settlers, so that's where our next job is going to be. Come in there. Beat this guy. Ooh, Marble also. Wow, that's going to be a great city. 3 luxes in range. Fantastic. 4 luxes in range in silk. Wow! Okay, that's the next city. That is the next city. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Is floodplains or is it just desert? Only 1 tile of floodplains. Okay. But that's... we're not going to be able to reach it anyway. That's fantastic, though. This city is going to be paying for itself in happiness pretty soon. Woo-hoo-hoo. And they're mostly plantation resources like that, so we can make a good benefit out of that. All right, I like this plan. I like this plan a lot. We're definitely going to settle there next with the settlers, and then move westward elsewhere. Let's see. All right, so we're going to have to beat you up. I mean, unfortunately, we're going to take a lot of pounding doing so, but we need to clear the way. We're not settling there, AI. That's a terrible decision. It's bad and you should feel bad. All right, but we may settle here. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is I got to think about National College, which is probably going to be in this city here, just for the sake of production. And time, because this is not going to have enough to drop academies on. This one will, though, I think. So, I mean, not exactly the most fertile terrain, but we're going to go with calendar, writing, and probably beeline philosophy. I don't think I need mining yet, but we'll get it if we see the absolute inherent need for it. Oh, God, really? That sucks. Guy's heavily fortified here, so where did that guy get 1 HP from, though, I wonder? If we lose another Maori here, I'm going to be very, very sore. It's going to be very frustrating. These are kind of a pain in the ass to work into our production mode. Okay, good. So we didn't lose anything. Who got the promotion? You did. So you're going to go fight rough terrain. Go there. Jesus, this is going to be really, really tight. I might lose that guy. Yeah, I think I am going to lose that guy. Oh, God, it's tough to keep these guys afloat. That one was bad luck. This one was kind of like I had to, otherwise we'd had a serious problem. Yeah, as we're getting there, and we're going to get one over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that one safely, but if one of these guys at least survives, then we'll be alright. What we're probably going to do is just kind of retreat and just lock into this position. Yeah, saw that coming. Whew, some rough fights this early. I'll tell you what. We got a Maori done. All right, let's get a workboat down, because otherwise we're not going to have enough. And this is the one time I'd say buy a workboat or build a workboat without a trireme, since, well, nothing can reach us here. We're completely isolated by ocean, so we'll be totally fine. You get in the water and help out. But yeah, I basically should have 4 Maori up that are experienced, and instead I only have 1. I mean, 2, rather. And one of them is very, very far away from where I want to be. Oh, and then Archer's coming in. Okay, this is now looking really, really bad. Now looking really, really, really bad. They're going to try to gang up on me. That's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. But we need to drop the city. This is critical right now. If we don't do this, then we might as well just kiss the beginning of the game goodbye. Oh, so many barbarians. Like I said, barbarians are going to be the hardest thing to fight early on. There's going to be hordes and hordes of them. And it's not really going to be the AIs, which is a unique thing. It rarely happens, actually. You heal up, friend. You got double rough promotion, so you need to heal up as much as possible while defending the space while the settlers try to get here. But once we have these cities established, everything will be a little better off. Yeah, you're just gonna... If he's content to leave you alone, I'm content to let him do that. I love these little outriggers, by the way. If you haven't never seen the Polynesian unique ability to cross oceans, it's a really cool, unique embarked catamaran, which is historically what they had. That was one of the most impressive ways to get around on the ocean. Someone got us some Stonehenge. What's gonna happen here? Yeah, he's just gonna circle us like an angry dog or cat in heat. And that's kind of alright. We gotta get more Maori down here. Are you about to build a worker? You are gonna build a worker. Excellent. And you are doing another... Yeah, we need another Maori, and then we're gonna probably do a worker and export him, actually. Or a trireme at this point. We're probably gonna start seeing barbarian ships soon. And that's gonna be an irritation. And this will get around a lot faster than that. So let me do that. You also gotta be careful with your gold early, because dropping too many units can cause you to go negative, and you need this to buy important tiles like the Great Barrier Reef, which speeds up your science growth. So I'm trying to give you my thought process as I try to, successfully do this weird start, and what I've kind of put together in the little bit of playtesting I've done. Go here, and we'll keep going. That's done, so we can get +4. Once we have the whales, that'll be better off too. I mean, you could argue that I need to do this as well, but you'll see that with these 2 cities being dropped, even then it won't kill our happiness too much, because it's only like about 2 happiness per city. So having that 1 lux up is fine. Once we have calendar, once we have the worker, we'll be also better off. If he's going to just walk around me, I am totally content to let him do that, and he seems to be content, so great. And then we're going to use the city bombardment to kill him, and then we're going to use these 2 Maori to go over here, safeguard this, use that to blow up the camp, and then we'll be in better shape. Then our military actually be okay. But yeah, the early start is clutch here, and so far at least our settlement hasn't been delayed. We've had some setbacks militarily, but not settlerily. Wow, you got your ass kicked, son. Double strength with the Haka War Dance means you do not get to mess around my Maori. Not at all. And we could go kill him here, just to have it done. Be done with it. But yes, good. And I'm not worried about Samoa not growing right now. Like I said, I could use the less happiness struggle and get the fish pond up, which is more food. Alright, Maori's still moving. You're going to go settle here. You're going to go heal up. You're going to get moving here because you're going to be settling over there, and we got to secure that area sooner rather than later. Get in the water, Maori, and then we'll have another trireme. Now we can guard him with the trireme going across, and that's going to be the other important thing with triremes. We can then guard our settlers from the nasty barbarian galleys that start spawning. We've done a pretty good job eliminating some of these camps, though, so mainly because it was a necessity. Alright, so this is going to be a fantastic city. So I'm going to be happy to drop the name on Tonga. Very, very good. And we're actually going to go and purchase this tile. It's expensive, yes. However, the 2 science, 2 food, 1 production, 1 gold. I mean, the barrier reef is such an amazing thing early. The earlier you can get your hands on this, the better. So that and the fish pond, and we'll discuss. And then we're going to escort you with the Maori to get here and drop that city so we can get both the salt and the jade. That's fine. You'll have a turn to heal up in friendly waters. You're almost settled. You can get moving. And that means we're off to a rip-roaring start here. And I want to get the National College building here ASAP. We're going to be a little tight on production. However, we can do a lot of forest chopping to speed it up. It's an omen. Alright, fine. It's an omen, apparently. And we lost all our Golden Age points, which kind of sucks. I would have liked to have that for when I'm building, the National College. But okay, whatever. No harm, no foul, I suppose. Well, there's harm. Asshole, whatever. No biggie. We got another point in the classical era. Fun in the sun. But now we're basically going to let Samoa fend for itself, more or less. If anything comes anywhere near the water, we'll be able to bombard the crap out of it. It is on a hill. Tonga, on the other hand, we got to be careful because it's on flat ground. This is going to be on flat ground, too, so we got to be a little bit careful with how we do things. People with the pointiest sticks. Sure as hell ain't me. I'd be a little better off. I didn't lose everything. But someone's got 893. My guess is either the Zulus, the Mongols, or the Huns. Good lord. No one's died yet, though, so that's nice. Q. Soa, and Soa has lost his capital, but alright. Not yet. Not yet. Go south. Go south, go south, go south. And keep moving. The Mausoleum of Halicarnassus has been built in a faraway land. All those asses in Halicarnassus. Alright, that'll be fine. And if we can get enough gold to purchase this tile soon, that'd be slick as hell. I mean, we're constantly building things, so it's not likely going to happen quickly. But now we have a trireme, which is going to help us out considerably. You, friend, go there. I know it's not going to be the fastest food growth. I realize that. However, money is going to be important right now. We also couldn't quickly buy the whales if we desperately need another source of happiness. So we'll get a granary here, because the capital is going to be our main source. We have to basically make our own food here. It's not going to be able to produce much. The shrine we can do. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to get a religion because we have so many strong religion civs here, but I mean, I could just go ahead and build a shrine and a granary. The granary is going to be nice, though. Extra food in general. It's +2. It's not bad. It's not bad, and I don't feel bad, but the money is going to be an issue moving forward. But alright, let's build that damn thing. So go here, and go here. And it looks like we're going to be safe on the settlement there, so that's going to be great. Tiles to start aren't awesome, but we can make the salt worth our while. Ooh, another ruins, fantastic. And we need another Maori down here. We need to be spamming Maori, if possible. But yeah, Tonga we need to develop here, because that's science early. We have actually pretty decent science early, especially considering we haven't met anyone yet. Where's Sydney? Oh, down there. Oh, Sydney's actually in Oz. That's convenient. So you take up the southeast corner of Oz, and that's alright. some pretty fertile land here, so it's kind of a shame that they got it, but alright, whatever. And this is exactly what I'm thinking. The salt, the jade, and the other good stuff. Heal up for now, and then we'll have to deal with that camp at some point. And then we'll also have to deal with everything else at some point, too. Probably going to send this trireme first out to meet Indonesia, just to see how they're doing. If they're off to a ripping and rolling start or not. But I don't see any settlers from Indonesia coming around here, so I'm kind of content that they probably are doing what they usually do, which is not too awesome. The thing is, if I don't settle here... Oh, there's another encampment here. Yeah, we knew that one already. Oh, wow, you got wrecked by something, son. Alright, let's get this. Crudely drawn map. Ah, there we go. So now we have a better idea. So even more impetus, I think, to settle down here away from this tile, because that'll be 2 food, 1 production. That'll be 2 production, and fresh water, which can be farmed. And then we also get the floodplains, and we get fresh water on the capital. So that looks like a great idea. It'll overlap. Let's see. If we settle here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that'll be pretty much perfect distance. So yeah, let's do that. So you drop here. And we're down to only -1, so that's perfect. We got ourselves an archer group here, which you can deal with. But we're going to go ahead and kind of push in the fun way. Well, we're going to leave the Maori here, but we're going to go in and... Wow, see, already, there's the barbarian galley. So that's what I said. As soon as you want to get these settlements down early, because then the barbarians start spawning ships, and then you're up Ship's Creek. So that's not a joke. It's actually you're up in trouble. Alrighty, but yeah, so we got there. We got there. Gonna take writing, then we're gonna go to philosophy. This will get us our Polynesian tea, world famous Polynesian tea, and we'll start getting this stuff. But we're off to a hell of a start. I think we're getting a pretty good go of it at the moment. So if we can keep ourselves happy and smiling, that'll be advantageous. But hope you've enjoyed this first and odd, quick settlement episode of the Huge Earth TSL starring Kamehameha and his Polynesian Empire. And I hope I'll see you back here for more. Till next time, I've been Urs. Till then.